My name is Erica Jones, and I work here at Somerville Community Access Television. We are here at the 6th Scat TV Potluck and Lecture Series. Woo! I'm really happy to be working here at Scat TV. We've been around since 1983. We are the longest running public access station in the state of Massachusetts. There's about 350 centers in the state, so that's a lot of community media and free speech going around. And Massachusetts is a great, lifelong supporting establishment to have people have a voice. So Scat TV is my second home, and I've been here for about 2 years. And my biggest passions, personally and professionally, is community and building community. And I definitely have tried to take that into my work here, and building partnerships and introducing people to get involved with Scat TV, both as members and as guest speakers. And so that was sort of the intention of organizing the Potluck and Lecture Series. So this is a kind of a special event in that it is the first time it's being recorded. We hope you like it while you're watching this at home. And we are also in a partnership with the Arlington Community Media Incorporated, who have graciously helped promote the event, and hopefully it's the first of many other partnerships to come. So again, the purpose of this event is to give a platform for people who are in the field, in the industry, and they're doing wonderful work, dedicating their time and energy and their own passion to organize, in this case, a film festival. So I wanted it to be an opportunity for people to come in and share their fine work and their challenges and their successes, and just have it be a good knowledge exchange. So we are here with the fine folks of the Arlington International Film Festival. We have Alberto and April, and I'm going to toss it over to them. And I hope we all learn a little bit more and feel inspired and feel like we want to give back more and get involved. So thank you all for coming.
We want to thank you, Erica, and SCA TV for inviting us. It's wonderful to have interest in the film festival that we put our heart and soul in, and so it's really a joy for us to be able to come and share with you. Before we really talk about the festival and how we came to organize it, we thought we would start out with a short film that won actually the 2013 AIFF Best Short, a narrative short from Belgium. Especially with the World Cup just having happened, we thought it was really appropriate, this international short. It's called Baghdad Messi. The film writer and director is Sahim Omar Khalifa. He is from Iraq, from the Kurdish part of Iraq. He grew up there really wanting to get into the film industry, and at that time there was no opportunities. He had 2 brothers that were killed, and he shortly emigrated to Belgium. And at that point in time, he had studied accounting. He could earn an income in Belgium, and he went to film school in Belgium. This is not his first work. His first work, one of his first works, was in 2011. And he actually won the Best Short at the Berlin International Film Festival, which is quite a feat. And that same short, Land of Heroes, it placed second at the Dubai International Film Festival. We haven't shown that film, but we fell in love with Baghdad Messi. It's a pleasure to show his work, and you can see his heart in this film. So again, this is really a good example of what the film festival shows, and we hope you enjoy it.
تشافي إنيستا ليو ميسي. يا سلام برشلونة بهذه الأقدام. إنيستا مخطط العمليات. شوف هذا هو مثلث برمودا يلعب على بعض خط الأمتار.
للهجوم يلا للهجوم للهجوم جيب الجول لا 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 يلا للهجوم جيب الجول جيبه جيب الجول جيبه
قاسم
ميسي جاب هدف التعادل وهو احسن من الطنطن رونالدو
حمودي، هاي صار ثالث مرة نخسر بها من وراك يا كلب يا وسخ. أحسن لك روح صير بياع طماطة، هناك ما تحتاج رجلين. أنت بعد ما تلعب وين؟ جيب الشفوف، جيبها.
ميسي ما فزتوا؟
وقع انفجار كبير في مدينة بغداد أسقط 58 شهيدا وعددا كبير من الجرحى. والآن ننتقل إلى الأخبار الاقتصادية. بسبب تعرض المخزن الرئيسي للبيض لهجمة إرهابية سترتفع أسعار البيض في الأيام القادمة. والآن مع الأخبار الرياضية. قرر غوارديولا السماح لهنري بالانتقال بعد انتهاء دوري أبطال أوروبا.
يلا اقعد حتى تودي الطماطة لأبوك. يلا
اهلا وسهلا. هلا ابو احمد. الله يسعدك. هلا هلا. اشتغل شويه وبعدين نروح نعطوه. اقول لك صاير شيء؟
لا ماكو شيء.
ليش ما سلموا عليك؟
خب ما شافوني.
شنو ما شافك؟ فاتوا منا وما سلموا عليك؟
لأن هاي أنا ما صلحت التلفزيون بعد ما يخلونا ألعب وياهم.
أنا فلوسك حتى نفوت. يلا
مرحبا.
دعوفنا لك.
يلا وين فلوسك؟ يلا تعال نفوت.
للخلاص يلعب الكرة في عملية قيصرية، كرة تكون مفقودة وترجع للموجود رونالدو، للمولود من جديد رونالدو. مش ممكن يا كريستيانو، مش ممكن يا كريستيانو. الفراري
رونالدو طمطم.
مش ممكن على السرعة.
هذا من اللي حكى؟
خلينا نشوف المباراة.
هذا من اللي حكى؟ انتم جماعة برشلونة كلكم طنطات، يلا اطلعوا برا، يلا اطلعوا برا، بعد لا ترجعوا لهنا. انت هم اطلع برا، اطلع برا.
مشي طنطا،
انت ابقى.
بعد ما تلعب ويانا مرة ثانية.
كأنك في سيلفستر على
رونالدو
مدار
طنطا،
أو كأنك في الجمهور على مدار فرنسا، أو كأنك في مونزا في أرضك يا فراري. وأنت
علي، أنا صلح التلفزيون، أقدر ألعب وياكم مرة ثانية؟ إيه طبعا حمودي، بيتكم ببلاش وماكم مثل طنطا مانشستر. إذا نشوف هناك نهاية الطابة؟ إيه نعم حمودي. بابا شو كنت نروح نصلح التلفزيون بالسوق؟
هسه صعب بابا، لأن ماكو أمان ببغداد.
بابا عافية، إذا صلحته أقدر ألعب وياهم من جديد.
إي بس إذا وعدتني تساعدني بالبسطية.
خوش.
زين؟
ياس 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 ياس.
يلا عيني، في مال الله.
الله وياك.
لا تأخر، لا تفوتنا اللعبة.
يابا هذا ورا الساعة تجي تاخذه، تروح يم الوالد تشرب شاي بالركن تجي تاخذه، تمام؟
تفضلوا. وكل لفة بعدين الشاي.
عمي شو هذا ما يشتغل.
دقيقة بابا غير شكله بالتلفزيون كهرباء.
لا تدخل بالميانة، احكي شو تريد؟
اريد شفاية مال المستشفى.
موجودة بس غالي.
بابا
ارجع حمود ارجع. ماكو شي حبيبي. تاخذ التلفزيون تروح تشوف اللعبة انت واصدقائك، بعدين انا اجي وراك. زين؟
ابغاك تلفزيون احسن منك.
انا متأكد اليوم ميسي يجيب هدف.
نعم. حمودي اجا. هاي
بعد شوي اللعبة راح تبدي.
المشكل والحيرة اللي رافقت أليكس فيرجسون مجاب الكلام هي تحديد الخطة التكتيكية اللازمة لمقابلة برشلونة. الفن الاسكتلندي احتار ما بين اعتماد خطة 4-4-1-1
حمودي وين أبوك؟
شوية يجي.
بتروح تصيح لو أطفي التلفزيون.
من القنبلة الموقوتة للكرة الإنجليزية وايد روني. نجوم عالمية كبيرة وهذا هو الجولدن بوي وايد روني إلى جانب طبعا راين جيجز الأساطير الموجودة داخل الكتيبة الإنجليزية وباش ترفقها تشكيلة برشلونة في هذا.
تعال حمودي. احكي الصدق، وين أبوك؟
ماما ماكو شي، فد شوية يجي.
حمودي
ماما ورا اللعبة لازم نروح نجيب جثة أبويا.
روح شوف اللعبة.
مع ميسي واستلام الجامي. دلالك وجمالك والتسديد.
We hope that you enjoyed that film. It was really, it's one of our favorite films in that it just has so much feeling, living in a war zone, and so little joy that people can experience, and the dichotomy between life and death and just a little joy. So again, to lighten things a little bit, we want to thank you again for inviting us. And Alberto is the founder of this festival. I'm his accomplice in this. So I would like to turn this over to him so that he can really begin to tell you a little bit about how we founded the festival.
Thank you, April. I'm really pleased to be here tonight with you to share these experiences about the festival. And I want to begin to say a little bit about my background. I came in 1985 from Colombia, South America, as a political refugee. And having said that, I studied journalism. I was a reporter working with the network in Colombia. But also I have background as a community organizer. I learned the value of community, build community, and give it back to the community. When I came to live in the States, I saw many ethnicities, many. But all of them were working at the periphery and not integrated to the community. For me, it was very important as an immigrant to be part of the community. It's my identity. But I went to live in Chicago for almost 20 years, and I stayed with the Latino community. Also, I worked with the Latino Film Festival for 11 years, helping them in different areas. And I say at the beginning, I study film, but I never make any film. Why? The prices of the cameras in those days was outrageous. And I never had the desire to spend, didn't have the money. Then I moved to New England, Boston, and I saw the same community. And I said to April, we have to bring those voices out, we had to represent those voices. It's a lot of ethnicities, it's a lot of cultures, and I felt that, it was my responsibility to do something in the place that I was living. This time, by fortune, was Arlington, and I came across with different people. They helped us to produce the film, the festival. A lot of volunteers came to help us with this task, we will say at the beginning. Now the festival is growing tremendously. As you see, my skills as a community organizer, as journalist, that combined those two, it was easy for me to build community, to create community around the festival. But was not only that the reason. It had more reasons. It has the history of the town, the arts community in town, not only in Arlington, because Arlington is the base, is the home of the festival. But the surrender, Boston has a tremendous art and different expressions. The art culture in this area of New England is fantastic. Plus the business community. And I had to recognize April, not for the first time, because I say to her, the skills of her bringing this, putting this festival at other level, organization, communication. Her organization skills are fantastic. The eye for film is unbelievable. Now together we put the pieces, and we have a good number, a very large number of volunteers. They are helping to work in this part of the, and that's the idea how we came with the festival. And we feel that it's important now. What do you think, April?
What I think that, I think that you and I both shared a love for film before we started this festival independently. When we reflect back, Alberto used to watch films and act out Charlie Chaplin in Colombia. And for me, I was like in the 60s and 70s, that was when film, Woody Allen was big. Right now it slips my mind, the Scandinavian filmmaker that was Ingmar Bergman, yes. So we were all going through therapy by going to the films, and this was a cathartic experience. This was really what was happening. So when I started dating Alberto, he returned to Chicago, and the Chicago Latino Film Festival was getting ready to begin. So he would phone me every night on his way home with, "Oh my God, you just can't imagine what film I saw tonight. You have to see it." So we were sharing, back and forth all the films that we had watched previously, what we were seeing independently. And then I think that I've kind of supplemented that strong feeling of starting the festival when he started to really give it serious consideration. I was teaching ESL for a good period of time, and I was teaching very privileged people, mostly scientists and researchers in biopharmaceutical companies in the greater Boston area. I thought I was going in to teach ESL, but really after my students, my adult students, got to know me, it was always about culture. How do I negotiate culture in the workplace and privately? And that's where we always were. And I had an opportunity to see that sometimes education could be a bridge into the general society. But for the most part, ethnicities stayed within their own groups for their social experiences. Yet they loved connecting with me, and they wanted to learn about the Anglo customs, and I certainly wanted to learn from them and share. So when Alberto and I started to talk about this, I said, well, this is what moves me. You know, it was really the mission that was the hook for me. Our mission is really to promote cultural understanding. If we were just showing films to entertain everybody, which is a large piece of film, and I don't want to underplay that. You know, it has its place, but we don't show films that you're going to go see at the Lowe's Theater. You are going to see what you saw up here, sometimes funny and laughing at ourselves through our cultural misunderstandings. But it will be something where you feel you've been transported into someone else's thoughts, mind, and body, and you have some concept of what someone else in another part of the world, or even in your own community, is living. We showed a fabulous film last year, and it was set in New York, and it was called My Day Is Your Night.
Yes.
And it was set down in Chinatown. Now this was just done last year, where they have people sharing beds, and they have time periods where they're renting beds out. While people go to work, then they change the sheets and someone else is sleeping in those beds. My Day Is Your Night. This is something that's happening on the East Coast, 4 hours away, and I had no idea this was going on. So these kinds of things are really what excite me. We also show some really compelling political films, social action films. One film that we showed, 0%, was done by Tim Scorson and filmed at Sing Sing Prison. Talking about mass incarceration. The name of the film is 0%. Picked up by HBO, thank God, so it has a much larger audience than many independent filmmakers get. But 0% is about an education program that has been put in place in Sing Sing Prison. And there is 0 recidivism rate for those that have actually gone through the program. So we have alternatives to mass incarceration and having people just return and cycle them in and out of our jails. These are the kinds of things that we want to bring to the public. We want to encourage people to get involved in immigration issues. We just showed a film called Documented by Jose Antonio Vargas at the Boston Public Library last week. Jose was detained at the border in Texas yesterday and arrested and released today. But he was brought to this country from the Philippines at 12 years of age. He did not know that he was undocumented until he was 16 years old, and he went out to get his driver's license. He's lived with this secret all of his life, and to see him, we brought him in, we had a panel discussion at the library, and you got to see the anxiety that this man lived with despite his privileged education. He worked for the Washington Post. He's an acclaimed journalist at this point, but constantly living under the fear of being detained, which 2 days ago it finally happened. So again, bringing these issues that are of interest in what is happening in current day society, it's a privilege to be able to do this, to shine a light on this. Actually, I kind of pinch myself and I feel humbled, that, we're being asked to come and speak and people want to hear. And I'm delighted for that, because it's not about us. It's about what we can help make happen as a community, as caring people that are interconnected. So that's, that's really what excites me about the film festival.
And you, right, and you mentioned something about how we isolate ourselves. And that happened to me when I came to live. I went to live with the Latino community for many years. Then when I moved to New England, I wasn't there. I saw myself living in the Anglo community, completely different. And I said, what I had to do, I had to be part of the community. Otherwise, I live like many other cultures, many other ethnicities, living by themselves in their own community. And we see in the festival very instrumental for many reasons, giving voices to many ethnicities. Also to open the door for independent filmmakers to bring their own views, their own ideas, how they view in the world, their own stories. And they deserve to be for other audiences. As well, we are promoting the new generation of filmmakers, student filmmakers, not only in town, but the whole Massachusetts, inviting student filmmakers for different towns, national. And this year is the first time the festival produced students, international film students, which is a fantastic for us. It's really wonderful. As well, we invite every year the Arlington High School students to participate in the poster contest. And that is another way to promote the arts. These kids, there's the open door for them to be a graphic designer, to be an artist, you name it. And that's what we consider we are touching the community. We are value the community. We are open the door for many others. We include musicians. We include painters. We include, and I value, or we value, the festival in that degree.
This is the poster that won this year's poster contest, and it's a young man named Sam Mannion. He goes to Minuteman High School, and he's a 10th grader. And you know, we award $500 to the winning student of the poster contest, and we've had some really interesting submissions. The first year, we were shocked. We had over 100 submissions, and many of them were not just digital, they were hand-drawn. So it became so difficult for our art judges to go through all of these, and then, you know, by hand drawings, we had to, you know, up the ante with, you know, the admissions process. So we said, okay, only digital. So now, you know, it's a little bit easier for us to use, you know, and they know that they're going to be seen, you know, that the students, their work is going to be seen all over the world. We post on international film boards all over the world. So, and people are constantly emailing filmmakers or people from production companies and commenting on our poster that changes every year. So that's a joy to promote the student artist.
Same thing with the film, with how we evaluate. We don't see, we are seeing all the films, but we have invite a group of professors and filmmakers, production companies to be part of the judges, and they review all the films. And they say to us, those are the films that have to be programming at the festival. These are the award winners. And that we follow them, meaning we integrate another piece, put another piece of the pie with the festival.
Right, and so far with the first 3 years, generally it's 2 to 3 films a year that we screen that really we focus panel discussions on. The first year was We Still Live Here by Anne Makepeace. which was a documentary on the Wampanoag Indian language that has disappeared and has been revived through this Wampanoag Indian lady that went back to school after 2 years. She had a 2-year education at a community college and started to hear voices when she was taking her child to school down on the Cape, and she had no idea what was going on. So the more she heard these voices, she said, you know, I'm not crazy, you know, I don't understand this language. Let me reach out to some of the other people in the tribe. And sure enough, some of the words that she was hearing were identified by local tribal people as the Wampanoag language. So she connected with MIT, started working with a linguist there, and has now a master's degree. And the language is being taught down on the Cape, and they're actually opening up their own school this coming year. So these kinds of things, you know, we put a panel discussion together. So the linguists that had worked with the Wampanoag tribe, as well as the filmmaker, could all come together and talk about this amazing happening. 0% that I mentioned on mass incarceration, we brought in people that had actually been through the Sing Sing program, and also the Boston University program, so that you could actually hear life experiences. It's been a joy.
In some of the films that she mentioned, and plus another one, were from some distribution companies. WGBH bought 2 of the films, the rights of those films. HBO bought another film. And speaking up, we are really happy with this is happening. And the quality of the films, the submission this year are amazing, Every
year we just, you know, we're astounded by what we receive. The film that I was just telling you about, the Wampanoag film, We Still Live Here by Ann Makepeace, was chosen as one of 29 films to tour throughout the world with the State Department program. So we've just, I think that, you know, it's more than luck. I think, you know, the universe has a way in which to, you know, if you're doing something that I think is meaningful, and it's more than just about you, I think that, you know, there's a convergence, and I think that that's actually what's happened. We've been blessed with amazing films, with filmmakers that are willing to come and speak, and we've been able to do this within a very low budget. People that will do photography and film these discussions so that we can show them on cable access television or send them as links to you know, our government and various people and news media. So we've just been very, very fortunate to have quality people that have been attracted to the mission of the festival and wanting to be a piece of it. So we organized it, but we're a piece of it. You know, it's just, it's so obvious because of the expertise of the selection committee, the art judges, the technicians, the web design. I mean, we can't do any of that stuff on our own. So we just are very, very fortunate.
We can open for questions that you.
How many films are you going to be showing at the festival, and how long are they, the average?
Normally is 35 films.
Can you just repeat her question back into your answer?
Sure. The question was, how many films do we anticipate screening?
Right.
During the festival?
During the festival.
So you said about 35.
35, right.
Yeah. We've only had one venue going on 4 years, and we decided to keep it to one venue, but luckily the Regent Theater has opened up a really cool underground second theater. It holds like 125 people, and it has some small tables with chairs, cafe seating, good sound system, good quality viewing, and so we'll be able to show, we'll have another screening room in addition to the large screening room that holds 500. We've never been able to repeat films because of only having one venue. So we might be repeating some films that we think might have, an audience for 2 screenings this year.
And what is the average length of each film?
I was just talking about that with Henry earlier. One of the things that we...
Repeat the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. The average length of films. The shorts can be anywhere from 2 or 3 minutes to like 14 or 20. 20 minutes max usually. Features, they run from 60 minutes to 90. The average is 90, and that's what I was about to say with Henry. I was saying editing with the European films tends to be a problem. The content is gripping and wonderful, but they don't do such a great job with the editing. So oftentimes the content is so compelling that we show it. And even though the selection committee has said, oh my God, wouldn't it have really benefited from some good editing? But that's a typical length, 90 minutes for a feature.
You just have this once a year?
The festival is only, the question was, do we have the festival once a year?
Yes.
It's an annual festival held in October, but Alberto's continued to market and create alliances, and we're now having many events throughout the year, but the festival is a 5-day event held in October at the Regent Theater in Arlington. So what we are going to show you is a film from Greece. This is an interesting film. It's by Yorgos Zois. It was created in 2010, and it won Best Narrative Short in the 2012 Film Festival. And it goes from actually grocery stores to nightclub lines for access to every possible need you can think of. And I think that really it documents what was happening back in 2012 and probably still happening in Greece, where waiting in line is a way of life, punctuated with humor. So we hope you enjoy.
Σας ενημερώνουμε ότι σήμερα με την κάρτα αγοράς σας έχετε έκπτωση 20% σε όλα τα απορρυπαντικά και καθαριστικά χώρια. Για να κατεβάσετε τα πιάνα παρακαλώ.
light coming from the outside of the structure and flowing in. And because of the sharp edges of the structure,
Fuel prices could cause a domino
what you
effect,
think you're looking
driving
at
up
is
borrowing
something
costs for other countries, large deficits, cost of volatility.
9,30, 8 επί 1, 7,80. 7 επί 1, 10,90.
Ναι, βλέπω από λάβο. Τι αργάτε, ότι έρχεται λέει μετά πίσω και δεν κάνουμε τίποτα. Άσε ρε.
9,18, 22,40. 2,1,8,9, 5,30, 1,2,8, 7,40, 1,38, 8,60. 1,79, 10,30. Και το τετραπλό, 1,9,8,7, 71 ευρώ.
Απλά πρέπει να το συνδυάσουμε με κάτι ακόμα. Για να
I want to say thank you to all of you for being here with us tonight. And also we want to invite to the festival, October 15 to 19 at the Regent Theater. And if you want to be in our mailing list, please sign it up. We have a list and we can send you all the information about the festival, the news. And thank you again for being here.
Thank you. Our website is www.aiffest.org. So please visit the website because we do have a lot of activities that are film-related activities that we co-present or present, and we'd love to have you join us for those things as well as the festival in October. Thank you.
Thank you.